to Bayes University, Abuja, Nigeria, with a legacy of excellence and a vision for nurturing future leaders. Bayes University is in a league of its own. We're all about our people, processes, and technology.
Bayes is one of the highly rated universities in Nigeria in terms of product quality standards.
We don't just produce graduates, but groom people into employers of labor.
And it has made us understand that learning is all about three things. We learn, we unlearn, and we relearn.
Bayes University Hospital offers a range of specialized services equipped with the latest technology, manned by a team of trusted professionals. And now, our vision extends beyond our walls with the Baba Ahmed University in Kano following our lead. Join us at Bayes University and invest in your future today.
Bayes University is the institution that you will get the best value for money education in Nigeria.
Bayes University. Learn to live.
Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Midday News on Global Television. We're coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Queen Agaba. Nigerians have called on the federal government to find a way to put a stop to the recurrent issue of fuel scarcity in the country. The call follows increased long queues at fuel stations occasioned by scarcity. Ogochukwu Mobono has details.
By long queues and weary drivers, with pump price ranging between 710 naira and 800 naira in the Federal Capital Territory and other parts of the country. Following the current increase in pump price, individuals and commercial drivers lament over the loss of long productive hours wasted on queues trying to get fuel.
Make this government, Excellency Tinubu, make him look out of this thing when they do for get as it be. Sometime last year there was flood, that was the problem why we had forecast in Abuja. And then I'm sure that they saw the problem coming, but it could have been mitigated, but they didn't do anything about it. We shouldn't be having that kind of issue in this present time, this 2024.
I still don't understand why there's scarcity. Now, as you can see, we queued here for hours now, and the so-called military and police people have been the one entering from the out gate, filling their tanks and leaving us here, which is very wrong.
Worried about the resultant effect of the scarcity, which will in the long run affect the price of food and cost of transportation, some persons are beckoning on the government to bring back subsidy.
This fuel subsidy, when they remove, when they return them back, the more fuel add, the more everything increase in Nigeria. There's nothing come down.
Yes, I've been here since 3 a.m. to queue. For me, the government should ensure that there's availability of fuel, even though it is increased, so that people can get it.
The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, which is the sole importer of petroleum, attributes the lingering fuel scarcity to adverse weather conditions, which has affected berthing of jetties, truckloads out, and transportation of products in filling stations, causing a disruption in station supply logistics. Reacting to the scarcity of fuel and the difficulties that follows, Nigerians are urging the federal government to take decisive measures to put an end to fuel scarcity in Nigeria. From Global Television News, I am Ogochukwu Mobono.
In a related development, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited says fuel stations are to operate longer hours for the supply and distribution of petrol, calling on fuel stations to aid availability given the current tight situation. Speaking during a joint inspection of stations by the nation's oil company and the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority officials, Executive Vice President of Downstream of NNPC Limited, Dakbo Shegun, stated that turnaround period of premium motor spirit trucking is also elongated to ease the situation being witnessed. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation and the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority have reportedly embarked on a joint monitoring of the supply and distribution of fuel stations in the Federal Capital Territory and across the country to ensure that queues are dispelled. The Federal Road Safety Corps, Federal Capital Territory Command, says it has arrested no fewer than 100 traffic offenders in the last week during the ongoing Operation Green Light Enforcement in the city center. The territory's sector commander, Mutaz Khori, lamented that most motorists, especially commercial drivers, have made it a habit to disregard traffic lights. He warned that the Corps would continue to sanction traffic offenders regarding their status to ensure sanity on the roads. The Edo State House of Assembly expressed concern over the menace of indiscriminate dumping of refuse on major roads and drainages in the state, which it said is a precursor to cholera. The Deputy Speaker, Maria Oligbe Edeko, raised the concern on the matters of public importance and noted that the indiscriminate dumping of refuse on roads and drains constituted health hazards. The Deputy Speaker therefore called on the local government chairman to build refuse dump sites and set up monitoring teams to prevent the menace, especially at night, called on health officers in the states to carry out sensitization of the people on the importance of proper waste disposal and keeping the environment clean. You're watching the Midday News, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times, channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using @Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. When Midday News returns, fuel stations to operate longer hours to aid premium motor spirit supply. This and other stories coming right after this break. Do stay with us.
For an insightful idea that takes the center stage and the conversation that gets beyond the headlines, to explore the lasting impact of political decisions, Big Talk got you covered. From policy debates to geopolitical insights, from thought-provoking discussions to actionable insight.
What is the real responsibility of government?
Big Talk delves deep into the heart of the matter. Join us weekdays on global televisions from 6:30 p.m. for a reverting journey into the heart of politics, where we dissect issues shaping our society.
With every
Many thanks for staying with us. Now, if you've just joined us, this is Global Television bringing you live broadcast of the Midday News. On the foreign scene, U.S. President Joe Biden has condemned a wave of Russian missile strikes that killed at least 38 people in Ukraine as a horrific reminder of Russia's brutality, as he vowed to strengthen Kyiv's air defenses. At least 190 were injured across the country, including some at a children's hospital in the capital, Kyiv. It comes as Biden prepares to host a NATO summit in Washington. The U.S. president says further boost to Ukraine's defenses will be announced at the meeting. 12 days after a halting debate performance that may go down as one of the most damaging in modern American history, the president is fighting for his political survival under intense domestic and global scrutiny. This week's NATO summit in Washington, D.C. may be his part to at least a temporary reprieve or this president's last stand. In the past few days, Biden has railed against his critics, claimed the mandate of Democratic primary voters, and challenged opponents to step forward and try to unseat him. He has promised repeatedly that he is moving ahead with his campaign and that the time for second-guessing and hand-wringing is over. That pressing ahead will start at the NATO summit. The United Nations protested over the latest mass evacuation orders issued by Israel in Gaza as the army said it had killed dozens of militants in close-quarters combat in its latest offensive in Gaza City. Israel extended its evacuation warning to cover most of Gaza's main city on Monday, and intense fighting erupted. Israel has now issued 3 evacuation orders for Gaza City and 1 for the south of the Palestinian territory since June 27, in a new stepping up of its military operations. The United Nations says tens of thousands of civilians have fled. Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, has warned that the region faces disintegration after the military rulers of Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso cemented a breakaway union. The 3 countries formed what they have called Confederation of Sahel States at a meeting on the eve of the Economic Community of West African States Leaders Summit, marking another test for the bloc they declared they were splitting from earlier this year. ECOWAS is already wrestling with sweeping jihadist violence, financial trouble, and challenges mustering a regional force. In business, the federal government announced a 150-day duty-free import window for food commodities as it stepped up efforts to tackle rising inflation, which had impoverished many Nigerians. The government also expressed its decision to collaborate with states to expand land cultivation across the country. Consequently, the government suspended duties, tariffs, and taxes for the importation of certain food commodities through land and sea borders. At the Nigerian Autonomous Foreign Exchange Market, the Naira dropped to 1,523.85 thousand per dollar, depreciation from the previous close of 1,509.67 naira to the American greenback. Nigerian Autonomous Foreign Exchange Market is the market trading segment for investors, exporters, and trade at exchange rates determined by prevailing market conditions. The Naira traded at an intraday high of 1,540.75 and a low of 1,474.5 naira to a dollar. Turnover stood at $133.46 million higher than the $116.88 million on Friday, indicating improved liquidity in the market. In sports, Italian transfer expert Pier Francesco Monachino has made a bold claim that Serie A giant Napoli will not entertain offer from Chelsea involving an offer of Romelu Lukaku and cash for Nigerian international Victor Osimhen. In their bid to sign the Super Eagles striker, the English Premier League were willing to offer Lukaku and Casadei plus a fee in the region of 30 million euros cash to Napoli to lure the striker to Stamford Bridge. Osimhen agreed a new contract with Napoli in December. However, those terms only run until summer of 2026, and there's reportedly a release clause of £130 million included in the agreement. Manchester United have tabled an improved offer of 45 million euros plus 5 million euros in add-ons for Everton defender Gerard Braithwaite. Everton rejected United's opening bid of 35 million euros last month and are known to want closer to 70 million euros for the 22-year-old. But United, who are prepared to give Braithwaite a long-term contract worth 160,000 euros a week, hope that the increased offer might tempt the economy to the negotiating table. And that's it on the Midday News, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times, channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using @Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. I'm Queen Agaba. Thank you for watching and see you again.